Wakeford says the purchasing of the aircraft is essential. He says it will not be only President Zuma that will use the aircraft, but other ministers as well. He emphasized the economic gain that will come with establishing peace and security on the continent and as a member of BRICS. South African General Salim Simango says the current fleet has reached its midlife. This is the actual lifespan of the aircraft. Well, for more on this, let's cross now to our reporter, Ofensi Sitimo. He's been at the media briefing. Ofensi, this was quite an in-depth briefing from Armscor and the Department of Defense, literally taking things blow by blow. What came out of it?
Basically, what came out, Natasha, is the fact that there was some clarification on the issue of the purchase of the VVIP aircraft fleet for government officials. Basically, they also denied some reports that the actual purchase would actually cost around 4 billion, and that there is a request for information where the specifications of the aircraft have been put out. So that will determine the actual cost as to how much the aircraft would cost. They're also looking at actually buying a multi-purpose aircraft which can also assist in carrying some of the troops to the African continent in terms of the peacekeeping missions that are happening. And as South Africa being a member of the BRICS, they emphasize the fact that there is an important need for a new fleet of aircraft where South Africa is playing an even more increasing role in the world and on the African continent.
Ofensi, you mentioned the request for information. What does this entail?
Basically, the request for information is the one that's actually going to clarify some of the specs. Among others, they specified that they're looking for an aircraft that can fly around 5,500 nautical meters and 7,200 nautical meters without actually making a stop to refuel. So basically, what's happening is that there are specifications that have been put in place, which some of the defense people who actually are experts have described this as going to amount to around 4 billion, but Armscor and the defense have actually rubbished some of those reports, saying that it's not yet clear how much the aircraft is going to cost, and only time after they have actually finalized the request for information will they be in a position actually to determine how much it would actually cost.
And Ofensi, let's look at the timing of this. Why purchase the aircraft now?
They explained that the current fleet is over 30 years, which means it was actually purchased between 1982 and 1983, and this results in a lot of absence of some of these aircrafts as they actually have to be serviced. And when they are being serviced, the only option that's available is to charter a private jet, which is actually very expensive, and they see it as a wasteful expenditure. One of the generals actually explained that chartering is actually more costly because they would actually be having a stronger fleet if instead of chartering they would have actually purchased their own fleet. So they explained that it would actually be better if they would actually have their own fleet in order to fly around.
All right, Ofensi, thank you for that update. That's our reporter, Ofensi Sitimo, live from Pretoria after that media briefing. Well, court